guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. Today I will be doing a haul video and I will be reviewing some fragrances from the Middle Eastern fragrance house of Wataniah. This fragrance house, it's relatively new to me. Prior to doing this haul, I only have one fragrance which I picked up based on reviews that I did see already on social media, and the two new ones I have not seen much. So I'm just gonna go through the fragrances, talk about it, and in the end I will just let you guys know what I think about the house. So I am going to start with Watani. This is the first fragrance I bought from the line, and I have seen quite a lot of reviews about this one. I did pick this one up in the summer, but I was waiting to sample a few more fragrances before I do a full video on the house, because I do like to, you know, when I get introduced to a new house, I like to sample a couple fragrances prior to deciding whether or not I like their DNA or their formulations. This is the bottle for Watani. The bottle, it is really beautiful. The presentation, it is so nice. This piece here, it is actually plastic. It is not metal, but you would not know it by looking at the bottle. It is quite sturdy, and the atomizer, it is in order, so I have nothing to complain about. I just sprayed this fragrance. It's not my first time sampling this one and playing with it. Watani, it is definitely beast mode. From what I could see from other reviews, Watani, it is supposedly inspired by Amani C. It is the same DNA, same type of sweet floral fragrance, but to my nose it is an inspiration. Same DNA, but I would not say that Watani is a real clone. And when I use the word clone, normally I mean that the fragrances are interchangeable, and this one, to my nose, it is not close enough. It is a fruit bomb. It has tropical fruits and herbal notes in the opening. The opening, it is very sweet, but it is never cloying, and this is due to the herbal notes. When I first purchased this and I tested it, I was not liking the opening very much because these herbal accords, they did not harmonize, you can say, with the fruity notes. I got herbal notes and I got fruity notes, and at some point it was like they were fighting against each other. But I have had this since the summer, and now that the fragrance has rested, macerated a bit, they do harmonize. About 3-4 months after having purchased it, I do like the opening. It is a sweet opening, but it is tolerable. Watani, it is a very loud fragrance, but at the same time it is not vulgar, because it is not a cheap fragrance. If this fragrance was substandard with this loudness, I would have discarded this a long time ago. But it is a bit playful, a bit sexy, and as the fragrance progresses, it becomes a bit more tolerable. What I find a bit special about Watani is that when the fragrance is in the heart note, there is a bit of a saltiness. I would not call it a marine accord. It is almost like you can taste the saltiness. This one, it is really a concoction, and I like it. When I first tried this fragrance, I must be honest, with the problems in the opening notes with the herbal accord, I was thinking, oh my God, this will not be anything. But the more it rested, I revisited the fragrance every now and then. And every time I sampled it, it got better. I wanted to wear it again. So you can say this is a fragrance which grew upon me. The heart note, it is again fruit. It is floral notes and again sweet notes. And the base, it is musk. It is again sweet notes and then amber. The dry down, it is actually quite nice. It is a musk dry down with amber and also sweet accords. This is the type of fragrance. It has life, the way it reacts. It's almost telling you to put on a red dress. It is not one for the faint-hearted. You have to like fragrances which are a bit loud, a bit sweet to like this fragrance. It is a bit scandalous, but it is not at all cheap smelling. I must be honest, it is a fragrance which every time I wore it, I liked it a bit more. It grew upon me. It is not a fragrance that I loved at first sniff. The next one on my list, it is this one here, and it is called Rawae'e. Noble. Yeah, this one, Rawae'e, it's a series, and I do believe they have 3 or 4 of these fragrances. I do have 2 of them here. It is one of the older fragrances, and this is the packaging. The bottle, it is quite pretty. I do love the top. It is a similar type of bottle as the Cutlage, the Le Prestige line. So the packaging is quite nice. It's quite robust. This is more of a haul video, but I have played with these fragrances and I have taken some notes. Guys, Noble, this one, it is quite a busy fragrance. It is marketed as an oriental woody fragrance which is unisex. For example, the top note, it's black pepper, pink pepper, bergamot and saffron, and in the heart note there is orange blossom, pineapple, mango, ilang ilang, and all of this, it is laid on a bed of patchouli, cedarwood. There is also cognac and amber. I mean, there is everything in this fragrance, but honestly, when I tested this and played with it, it is pretty much a blend, and there are some notes that can be deciphered, but not all of the notes. Noble, it has a fruity fresh opening with some spice, but this is not really a spicy opening. It is more of a fruity herbal opening. The notes which are most pronounced, it is pineapple, and hints of orange, and like I said, a bit of herbs. The pineapple, it is listed in the heart note of Noble, but when you spray this fragrance, the pineapple, it is there, it sort of explodes. The opening, it's not bad. It is fresh, it is spritzy, it is not cloying. On the website where I bought this, they really listed only the accords, not the notes. So when I saw the notes, I was thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a bomb. You know, bismuth, same as Wataniah. But this one, it is a strong fragrance, but it is not as loud as Watani. Despite all these notes, there is not much of a long journey. You have the opening and then the fragrance moves into the base. Yeah, a lot of the notes which are listed in the heart note, they are already there right as you spray the fragrance, and the next phase is pretty much the dry down. It is not a very complex fragrance. The base of Noble, it is more ambery than it is woody, and it is an okay fragrance. This is nothing phenomenal, but for the price point, it is okay. Had I tested it prior to buying, had I been able to get a sample, most likely I would not have ordered this fragrance. It's nice, but it is nothing that I can say I needed in my collection. It is in the price range of 25, I would say, to about 35 euros. This is not a fragrance where I would say it punches way above the price point. It is unisex, it's directly in the middle. In terms of projection and longevity, it is quite good. It's not one that I am screaming about, but at the same time, it is not a bad fragrance. The next fragrance on my list, it is also from the Rawaee. I hope I am saying this right. I will leave it on the bottom. It is Wataniah Watani, and this one, it is called Monach. This one, it's brand new, and if I look at the batch code, it was created in January of 2024. This is the bottle. I mean, it is the same bottle as Noble, same top, it is just that it is red glass. The atomizers from these bottles, they are quite good. They do have quite a wide, fine mist, and they do not leak from the top, which I do have with some Middle Eastern fragrances. Wataniah Monach, it is not as busy as Noble. Actually, it is different. This one has top notes of mandarin orange, cranberry. The heart note, it is magnolia, Bulgarian rose, and geranium, and the base is musk and patchouli. On some perfume websites, this one, it is being listed as a fragrance for men. And to my nose, what I smell, it is a unisex fragrance. This is not at all very masculine. Monach, it is a lot more interesting than Noble. When I smell this, it is different. Also, the opening, it is fresh and crisp, and this cranberry note, it does come out in the opening. I don't know if I have any other fragrances with such a pronounced cranberry note, but this is beautiful, it is refreshing, it is different. It does not smell like something else I have in my collection. The opening of Monach, it is not what I would say a very long opening. However, this rose note, which is listed in the heart note of the fragrance, you can really say it is quickly there in the opening. When it mixes with the cranberry note, this is very beautiful. The fragrance goes from being what you can say fresh to vibrant. It has life. It is a very nice melange of notes. Guys, I do smell what I sense to be bay leaf. It could be oud. It is not listed, but it is there. And it is very nice in the heart note with the rose, and still this cranberry accord, it still lingers all the way through the heart note of the fragrance. This is different. It's pretty. Monach, it is very different to Noble in that it has a lot more structure. It's not as busy, and it is crisp and clean. I can see a man wearing this fragrance, and I can imagine it will be very sexy. It has a presence. I like it on myself. I have worn this. I don't find that it is pulling too masculine, but I think on a man this fragrance would be absolutely stunning. I am very happy with this one. It is different. I do not have a fragrance like this in my collection, and honestly, I do want my husband to wear this fragrance. I have not tried it on him, but I do think he will like this because it is crisp and clean, and it is a fragrance that you can wear in all environments. It is not bismuth, it has sillage, it has good longevity, and this one, it is punching, I would say, a bit above the price point. I am not sure if you are able to get samples of Wataniah. I have not seen it here, but if you can get to sample this, it's definitely worth a try. The next one, it is called Thurath. And this one, it is a feminine fragrance. It is marketed for women. This is the packaging of the fragrance. This is also nice. This is the atomizer. It is quite robust. This fragrance also on the website that I bought it, it is listed as a fragrance for women, but also on other websites it is listed as unisex. But after having sampled this fragrance, it is leaning more feminine. I just sprayed some of this on my skin. It is a lot more beautiful on the skin than it is on a testing swab. It is a pretty fragrance considering it has not macerated. Upon first spray, it can be a bit aggressive. It is a fruity opening. However, the apple note, it is a bit, you can say, citrusy. It is a very tart green apple note, and combined with other citrus notes, it is a bit at this point an aggressive opening. I do not sense the pineapple note very much. It is more, I would say, apple and citrus. After it settles, when the musk starts to enter this melange, then there are hints of jasmine, rose, and especially patchouli. The heart note, even now that it has not macerated, it is very nice, and I can sense that it will only get better with time, and this one has really good potential. The patchouli, it is a bit of an earthy patchouli. It tones down the fruity accords, and the musk also plays a very good role of calming down what I can say now is a bit of an aggressive fruity opening. When the fragrance is entering the heart note, the patchouli, it is quite strong, and then when the oak moss starts to open, the patchouli tapers down a bit. But I would say about half an hour, 45 minutes, the patchouli again reappears in the base of the fragrance. The dry down on my skin, I do get nice whiffs of patchouli. There is also vanilla and some musk accords. Even though Thurath has not macerated, I do like this fragrance and the direction in which it is going. This is more of, you can say at this point, I will call it a first impressions, because the fragrance has not macerated, so I cannot tell you exactly how it will end. But what I can smell and judge from this fragrance, I do like it very much. It is very pretty, but at the same time, it has structure. It is not a fruity, girly fragrance. And I think this is due to the oak moss and the patchouli. This is being marketed as a fruity floral fragrance. In the beginning it is, but this is more of, I would say, a fruity, musky fragrance with hints of florals here and there. I am really looking forward to Thurath macerating, and I will come back on this one in about a month to let you know how much it has changed and if I will get the payout that I am expecting. I will try more fragrances from the house, but I will look to see if I can get samples somewhere. I mean, it is in the same price range as the other Middle Eastern fragrance houses, but guys, at this point, I do have a lot of fragrances which are just likes, and I do have quite a bit of fails that I have not filmed. I do not want to collect so many mediocre fragrances, so I am going to try to see if I can get more samples of these Middle Eastern fragrances before I actually purchase them. I have not seen any brick and mortar shops here where I can actually go in and sample the fragrances. So I think I will be doing a bit of a decluttering soon. There are some fragrances, even after they macerated, I still don't like them. So I will most likely be getting rid of those. The Middle Eastern houses, they are dropping these fragrances so fast, you know, that you have to keep making room for the new ones. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hope to see you again soon on my channel. Tschüss!